knees on your mats, toes forwards. Check down that your feet are hip width apart and your toes are pointing forwards. Hands on your hips. Bend your knees just a little bit and tuck your bottom under and stick your bottom out, arching your back. Tucking under and sticking out. Good. Trying to use your abs to tuck under. So we talked about this a few times. Tucking under, using your abs, arching your back. Going the other way. This sound just doesn't sound right, so carry on with that. Let me know if there's any problems. Odd anyway. Keep going. Trying to really use the opportunity to move your back, tucking under and sticking your bottom out. Good. And then arms just down by your sides and sliding one arm down at a time. Good. Drawing the arm down, the fingertips down to the side, stretching the fingertips down each side. Good. Trying to stay between two panes of glass. Good. And really opening out one side and then opening out the other side. You can actually bring that arm up a little bit. Good. Lovely. And that arm stretching down to the side actually really does make a difference. If you stretch your fingertips down, then you can feel the stretch down through that arm as well as the side of the body. Good. And if you just bring it away from the leg just a little bit now, so stretching down and just bringing the arm just away a little bit. Good. And that just gives you that little bit more of a stretch through that arm. Brilliant. And then hands back on your hips again, making sure just to check your feet and make sure they're facing forwards. Bend your knees a little bit, bottom under, shoulders dropped, tuck your chin. And then I want you to pick up that right leg and I want us to circle around with the ankle, just to stretch around and stretch out the foot and the ankle. In the meantime, I want you to really think about keeping these hips level, keeping this leg down a little bit, so the temptation is to sort of wiggle through that whole leg. Good. So keeping the hips level at the same time, dropping the shoulders. And then let's circle round the other way, just stretching out around those foot and ankle joints. Brilliant. And then bring that leg down, pick up the other and circle around. Good, hips nice and level, up tall, chest open, chin tucked. Good, working on the rest of the body as you isolate and just circle around with that ankle. Brilliant. And then into our usual, feet are a little bit narrower than hip width now. Lifting up one heel, dropping the shoulders, tucking your chin, scoop in that lower tummy, and then swap, pushing one heel down at a time. Push the heel down. Try and drive that heel down into the floor. Good. Imagine like a pin on a pin board, pushing the heel down. Tightening through the leg. Imagining it's more difficult to process than it actually is, pushing the heel down. Push the heel down, squeeze the glute on that leg, tighten up through the thigh. Brilliant, drawing in through the tummy, keeping the chest open. Good, and some nice relaxed breaths along the way as well. Tightening the thigh, squeezing your glutes. Brilliant. Okay, so feet a little bit wider, palms facing up, drop the shoulders, keep the chest nice and open, one hand at a time going out to the side. Good. This might be one of the last nice days to film outside, I'm afraid. But long may it last. Lovely, so just one arm out at a time, keeping the other one nice and stable. Breathing nice and relaxed. Good. Cool. Now we're going to push both arms forwards, wide, to the front and back in. Okay, and as you come in, open the chest. Forwards, wide, together and in. Good. Forwards, open, together, in. Try not to come too far back, so I'm not interested in you going all the way backwards like this. It's much more of a push wide and sideways. Oh gosh, I've forgotten which way I was going there. Forwards, wide. Good. It's hard to see when I'm too deep. So if I turn to the side, I'll see there. I'm going a little bit too far back there. Good. So it's helpful for you to have your video on like a mirror in front of you. Good. Forwards, wide. In. 2 more. And last one. Good. I'm going to take the head over to the side, take this right hand and just pull over, fingertips nice and spread, pulling the head over to the side. Soften through those knees, tuck your bottom under and bring that other arm down by your side. Good. Keep your eyes pointing forwards and breathe into it. Nice. Good, and then over to the other side. There'll be a few creaks. You'll sort of feel that sort of internally through the ears. Stretch the other hand down and the head over to the side. Good. You might find one side tighter than the other. Maybe you're a bit more right hand dominant or left hand dominant. Good. But keeping that eye line pointing forwards. Great. Coming back up. Good. So turn out through your toes and bring your heels together. Bottom tucked under, hips staying nice and level. Bend both knees. And I talked about this, I think, last session. If your toes point out in that direction, your kneecaps should follow in that same direction. They shouldn't be dropped in, pointing there. You shouldn't be trying to get them past where your toes would go. So bottom tucked under, shoulders down. Point your toe out to the side, not directly to the side, but a little bit off at an angle. Check your hips are level again. Squeeze your glutes on this standing leg. Make sure that standing leg is as strong as you can. And pull back a little bit through the heel. Then lift them down. So a lot of prep for quite a simple exercise, really, just lifting this leg. But what it does is it encourages you to keep this leg strong and not pitch up through the hip. Everything pointing forwards. Don't roll forwards on that standing foot. Don't roll the knee in too far. Lift them down. Good. 2 more. Lovely, pull it in, stay there, point the other leg out to the side. Again, not direct, at an angle. Bending through this standing knee and keep going. One leg will feel lighter than the other, no doubt. Common mistake is to not lock this knee straight, so that leg should feel like a block, a stiff block. It's also common to lean as well, so try and stay upright as tall as you can. Good. Coming back in. Let's stay down. Point your right to the side, and then we're going forwards and then directly to the side. This is where you'll really feel that work you've just done in that glute. Forwards and then side. Forwards and side. So side, not back. We're not going behind us. Good. Lift yourself up tall. Brilliant. And then just tapping with your toes. If you have problems getting that leg off the floor, you could actually just slide it along the floor like that. That would be quite nice. Good. Bring that leg in. Other leg out to the side. Bottom tucked under. Forwards and back. Or side, I should say. Round to the side. Lovely. Try not to roll in on that standing foot. Try not to drop that arch. Keeping the arch up, dropping the shoulders, bottom under, tummy in. Good. 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Bring the legs in. Good stuff. Turning to the side. Both legs straight, everything up tall, and this favourite exercise for some of you, I'm sure. Push the heel down and then pull up tall. So really good one for those calves and feet. Push back and up tall. Great for your balance. Good. Really drawing up through that leg, pulling up through the calf, pull up through the leg. Bottom tucked under, everything tall, chest nice and open, trying to keep your balance. Good. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Come out wide again like that and swivel round up on the back toe. Bottom tucked under, shoulders dropped, down and up. This is where you feel that tightness through the calves. Keeping that front leg locked, front knee locked, bottom tucked under a little bit, using this, dropping through the heel, pulling up, stretching through the toe. 3, 2, 1. Good. Legs in, okay. Give them a little shake. Roll the shoulders a couple of times and then stand on the end of your mat. Good. Hands on the front of your thighs. Take a breath in. Drop your chin, breathing out as you ease your way down. All the way so your fingertips touch the floor. Wishful thinking, I'm sure, for some of you. Others, it'll be just fine. Good. Some have to work on it, some don't. Bend and straighten each knee. Good. Cool. Take your right arm out and around to the side. Good. Coming down around to the other side. Good. So if that hand's on the floor, then great. You can push into it and push up with the other arm. If it's higher up and it's more around here, you push into your leg and push around, so you're driving yourself around there, down and round the other way. Nice. And one more. Okay, coming down onto hands and knees. So a little bit of this wrist stretching today. So make sure your knees are underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders, and then just rocking forwards and back, forwards and back. It's quite subtle what you'll have to do around your shoulders here to stabilise. If you just rock into the hands there. Good. And then turn one under. Roll the way. Turn one under. Good. Just to stretch that out. It's one in that way that the sound feels funny there. And then tuck the other one under to stretch the other way with the wrist. Good. Coming back down, hands sideways, and just rocking from side to side like that. Again, it's rather subtle what you have to do around the shoulders to stabilise. Good. Turn your palms facing forwards again. Stretch your right arm up and around, and then push through and under. Great. Stretching up, push through your left to stretch up and rotate, and then back of the hand pushing through. Good. Breathing in as you stretch up, breathing out as you stretch through. Last one, see how far you can stretch with those fingertips. Great, and swap sides. Other arm straight up and back of the hand through. Remember to add the breathing. Breathe in as you stretch up. Breathe out as you stretch through. In as you stretch up. And out as you push through. Good. All right, so one of my favourite ones with the leg, if you stretch out with that right leg, correct your hips so that they're level, tuck your bottom under and push up out of the shoulders as well. Don't let yourself sink down. We're going to stretch to the side and across. You'll really feel those glutes having worked already, no doubt. But the back, this is as much an exercise to stretch the back as it is to work the glutes. Lovely. Go on the other side. See how far around the body you can stretch with that leg. So stretch the leg out, bottom tucked under, push up out of the shoulders. Stretch across and wide. Good. Across and wide. A lot of the Pilates principles out of the window a little bit here because we are actually wanting the back and the body to move, not to stay stable. Good. Last one. Brilliant. Okay, we're going to sit back on the heels and walk our hands over to one side. Hands together, and then allow yourself to sink back into it. Good, and when I say sink back into it, I mean back over that way. Great, walk your hands over to the other side. Get a hold of it and sink to the side into it. Sitting, heels on the floor there, pulling your way up tall, sitting up through your sitting bones. Drop your shoulders, arms out in front, palms facing down. Curl back off the sitting bones, pull up tall and broaden and widen the arms like that. Bring them out to the side basically. Curl back and pull them open wide. Draw in through your tummy, tuck under. Great. Everything nice and tall. Remember what you're doing. Instead of just relaxing back into it and then coming up tall, remember that you're drawing in for your tummy to roll back off the sitting bones. You're using your spine, your the little muscles around the spine to pull yourself up tall. Good. Cool. Let's do a couple more. Brilliant. And then both arms out in front, palms facing together now, but they're still a little bit apart. Curl back. Reach the arms up, and I want us to rotate in that position, so rotating the chest and back to the front. Good, keeping the arms straight up, rotate and back. Rotate, lovely. Good. Three, two, one. Brilliant. Legs out straight and come forwards. Good. I want you to try and, can we hold on to one foot like that, or is that a little bit too much? If you can't hold on to that one foot, just hold on to that one leg and pull your toes up at the end. So if you can get hold of them, then do. If not, just come down and pull your toes up on that side. Good, and then we'll do the other side. Either get hold of the foot and pull back, or sink down into the leg and pull the toes up like that. Good. Now then, I'm going to do this horrible exercise like we did before, lifting one leg. So let's, in sitting, bend up the left leg, hold on to it, hook your hands and hold on around the knee. Now that is your lifeline. You hold on to that and that holds you upright. And what we're doing with that right leg is pull the toes up gently, and we're just lifting and down. We're going to try and do 10 on each leg. They're not my favourite exercise. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. I wonder if you all hate those as much as me. Hold on around the other leg. Pull yourself up tall. Pull your toes up a little bit. 1. Keep the leg locked straight. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10. Brilliant. So while we're here, let's do some of those rolling exercises. Make sure you've got enough room behind you. Hook your hands still, up nice and tall, curl and roll back, and then come up tall. In fact, when I was doing all of these workouts with my kids over the lockdown when they were home, we did a nice one where we rolled back and then come up, stretch one leg forwards. They loved it. For some reason, roll back, come forward, stretch the other leg forwards. Good. Roll back, stretch one leg, and you can cross one arm over. Roll back, stretch the other, take your time, cross the other one over. Good, one more each leg. 1, 2. Nice. Okay, let's come down onto our backs. Lovely. So, tucking through the chin, lengthen up through the back of the neck. Take a nice breath in, breathe out and broaden through your chest. Pull your shoulders down away from your ears. Imagine and think about those little muscles underneath your shoulder blades drawing downwards away from your ears. Take a breath in, the ribs will lift, breathe out, let them sink. Good. And you should feel your abdominal muscles then relax a little bit as you let your ribs sink. Bring your hands onto the sides of your hips and tuck your bottom under, then stick it out, rocking backwards and forwards. So those pelvic tilts, flattening the lower back and then picking it up. Making sure it's not coming from the ribs here, making sure the ribs stay down as you move through that lower section of the body. Find that little arch in the lower back, tighten through your pelvic floor. Hands on the fronts of your hips here, so that tighten through the pelvic floor shouldn't be quick. It should be a nice slow scoop and lift. Good. And then lifting one leg to tabletop at a time. Scissors. Scissors level 1. I think let's run through each of the exercises level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then go on to the next. I quite like it when we do that. Good. And then we'll think of a few interesting different abs exercises to do with that, maybe for the obliques on the side or something. Cool, cool. So level 2, you have to engage more of the muscles. Lift up the right leg, draw the ribs down, scoop in the tummy, pick up the left, right down, left down. Good. And I tell you what, for something different, let's alternate. Lift up your left, right, left down, right down, and then you pick your right up again. Right, left, right down, and then left up, right. Gosh, it makes it more complicated when I talk about it, I think. Just watch me lift a different leg up each time. Good. Brilliant, keep going. To really think about this. I don't do it this way very often. One more each leg. Good. Give your legs a shake. Sorry about strain. Cool. And then we're going to have both legs in tabletop. So once both legs are in tabletop, draw in your tummy and tap the toes. Tap and lift, tap and lift. Drawing in that lower tummy, tap, lift, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Keeping the chest nice and open, shoulders down away from your ears, tuck your chin. For me, tucking the chin just always gives me that extra little bit of strength. 3, 2, 1, and come back down. Give those legs a shake. So doing it like this, building up through each exercise, you will get a bit more of a quads burn there, that you will find. So let's get quickly through this one, and then we'll move on to the ones with the legs down again. Okay, so both legs up, crunch, hold on behind your right leg, stretch up with the right and out with the left. Not quite enough room. Come back in, and then again. Good. Keep up, and you can even pull yourself up a little bit on that leg when you lift it. You're not going to be able to keep that little arch in the lower back, to be honest, when you're doing this. Don't need to worry too much, just keep drawing in through the lower tummy. You can point the toes, that gives you one particular stretch. You can flex through the toes, that'll give you a very different stretch. 3, 2, 1. Nice, come back down again, right. Okay, so feet hip width apart, tuck your chin, open your chest, ribs down. Little arch in the lower back, and taking one knee out to the side and come back up. And then the other leg out to the side. So very important to not let the hips rock from side to side. They will want to follow that leg. They'll want to go with it and roll to the side, left to their own devices. So try and keep that little arch in the back. Roll onto the outside of the foot. Breathing nice and relaxed. Good. Ribs down, tummy in, little arch in the back. Good. 3, 2, 1. All right, knees and toes together. Hands on your ribs, elbows out to the side. Hold the ribs down with your hands a little bit. Pick up the foot and roll the knees over to the side. But keeping your attention on keeping the ribs down. Pick up and roll over to the other side. You might feel a few little clicks through your back, which are completely normal. Good. Pull the way back up again using your muscles. Breathe out as the legs go over, like your lungs are being wrung out, like that. Good. One more each side. Make sure the knees are pinned together and the feet are pinned together. Brilliant. And then reset to your position. Chest, chin tucked, ribs down. Good. Legs up to tabletop. Draw in through the tummy. One leg sideways at a time. Sideways and up. I swear some days those trains are louder than other days. Ribs down, chin tucked. Maybe it just bothers me some days more than others. One more each side. Lovely. Keep the legs in tabletop and come over to the side and pull back to the centre. Pick up and go over to the other side and pull back to the centre. Good. Keep going. Lift up the hip and pull down. Lift up the hip and pull down. So quite simultaneously we've gone over to the legs being up, the same exercise, taking the legs over. I've always got my hand lightly on those ribs, just trying to keep control of where they stay. Fingertips reaching down onto the abdominals just a little bit, just to remind me of what I'm trying to do there. Good. I tell you what, let's continue with this exercise. Take the legs over to the side. You can bring both legs down if you do struggle with it a little bit. Right arm stretched up, left hand behind your head, and we're going to do a few crunches in this position. 1, 2, 3, remember your legs can be down, 4, 5, 6, 7, try and make a big movement with that right arm. Good. Take the legs over to the other side, other arm straight up, and off we go. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Brilliant. Bring your knees in. That became quite hard towards the end. So what is nice is we can move back onto the next exercise. Back to our level 1. So tucking the chin, chest open, ribs down, little arch in the back, tighten through your pelvic floor, push one leg out, pull the toes up, stretch all the way down through the back of the leg, and then bring it back up to the start position. Stretch the other leg out, pulling the toes up and stretch all the way out, and come back in. I just need to have a quick drink, keep going. Lovely. Push away and back in. Push away and back in. Pulling the toes up, tightening through the thigh. Ribs down, chest open, chin tucked. Good work. Okay, this time tabletop with the right, stretch away, tighten the thighs, very different feeling. Come in and down, other leg, tabletop, stretch out, tighten, squeeze the thigh. Back in and down, keep going. Pay attention on the swap of the legs. When this leg comes down and you pick up the other one, that's the time to concentrate. Good. Keep going. Arms wherever you like. The rest position in Pilates should be arms down by your side like that. Good. Keeping that chest open and your chin tucked. One more each leg. Nice. Okay, legs up to tabletop, draw in your tummy, tuck the chin, stretch away and in, stretch away and in, drawing in. I know why that chin tuck makes these ones feel so much easier. It tensions the muscles and the fascia down the back. So it just shows how important it is to keep those back muscles tight at the same time. And one way of doing that is maintaining that little arch in the lower back. So the combination of the chin tuck and the arch in the lower back will help those back muscles work simultaneously with the abdominals too. And that gives you that nice bracing around the middle, around your spine. 3, 2, 1. Hopefully that distracted you enough from how hard that exercise becomes. Okay, so if we roll the knees over to the right, hands behind the head, we're going to do some crunches with the legs over to the side. 1, 2, and that should be using those obliques a little bit. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Come back to the middle. Roll over to the other side. So same principle, knees and toes together. Crunch. 1, 2, 3. Gosh, I find it really awkward on this side. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fantastic. Bring the legs back to where they should be. Okay, this next one will be a slight variation on your hundreds, so make sure your feet are pointing forwards and hip width apart. Find your little arch in the back and all of the rest of the good postures. Crunch, stretch your fingertips down towards your feet, and then I want you to try to tap the outside of the heel there. 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll do 20, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 19, 20. Fantastic. Come back down again. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Good. I want to do another one of those
side to side ones. They felt really good to stretch out and use the abdominals at the same time. So let's crunch, draw it in your tummy and stretch down to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, another 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 20. Fantastic. Okay, with the feet together, I always want to say the palms of the feet together, with the soles of your feet together, we're going to do some crunches there, and that takes those hip flexors out of the equation. So if you bring your hands behind your head, find that little arch in the back and crunch again. 1, 2, 3, 4, drawing in through that lower tummy. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, another 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fantastic. Bring the legs back in. So that gives you that little stretch, or a big stretch around the hips as well. So, gosh, really dry today for some reason. Not enough water, obviously, throughout the day. So with these glute exercises today, we're going to do explore some slightly different ones again. I want you on the elbow here. I would like your top leg nice and straight out like that. They're a little bit more dynamic than the usual ones, so they're going to be a slight bit harder. So that leg out to the side, and I want you to lift and lower through this hip. Your knee should be vaguely in line with the hip and the elbow there, but that might take a little bit of shuffling around, and you'll see me doing a slight bit of shuffling as well. So we're going to do 10 of those, and then we'll do something slightly different, and then we'll swap onto the other side. Top leg straight out and locked. Okay, 1, 2, 3. You can use your hand in front. 4, and if you struggle, put your top leg down. 10. Good. Have a slight rest there, and then we'll get into the same position. Good. Lifting up, stretch that top leg out, stretch your top arm out, and we're bringing the elbow to the knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely. So that equates to probably many more of the other exercises that we do hundreds of. Okay, so onto the elbow, top leg out straight, nice line between the elbow, knee and hip, and then we're going to be pushing up, top leg out, and then what were we doing? Lifting down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, the top leg can be on top of the other one, and your hand can be on the floor. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely. Have a little break from those, and then we'll do the second set with a similar one. Good. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Stretch the arm out and the leg out, and off we go. 1. This can be done with the hip down, by the way. 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. Beautiful. Coming up, crossing your legs, and then easing your body down from side to side like that. Getting a nice little stretch up through the side of the body, and hopefully that glute as well. Lovely. Bring your legs out to the side. Good. For those of you who struggle with this one, put your hands behind and just push and roll forwards on the hips. And then let's add in just a rotation of the toes forwards and backwards. It's a very crawl addition there, I think. Make sure you're breathing. Cool. All right. Arms out to the side. Stretch forwards with one arm and back with the other. Out to the side again and
across again. 2. Good. 5. 6. 7. One more each side. See if you can walk your hands forwards at all and slightly from side to side. Good. All right, we're going to be up on one knee, one leg forwards, stretch and push all the way up, tucking under, lunging forwards. That should stretch out that hip flexor there. Good. Sit back into the heel, or halfway just as I am here, point and flex that ankle. Cool. Other side. Pushing up tall, lunging forwards into it. Sitting back into the heel, and then point and flex the foot. Some really good stretches here for at your desk. Well, not at your desk, but things to undo you from sitting at the desk. Good. Onto the hands and knees. Step both legs out and then one to the outside of that foot. Now that knee can be down on the floor and you can get into this position however you like, frankly. Stretching up with that leg. Good. Up with the hand, down with the elbow. 2, 3, 4, 5. Fabulous. Other leg forwards. Stretch up and down with the elbow. 2, 4, 5. Fabulous. Right in the right position now to drop your shoulders back into that downward dog type position, dropping one heel at a time, broadening the chest and the shoulders. 3, 2, 1. And walk your hands towards your feet. I always walk my feet towards my hand as well in that instance, and bend and straighten each knee. Head heavy, arms heavy. Let them swing sort of side to side and maybe forwards and backwards a few times just to ease off any tension, last bit of tension through your shoulders before we finish. Curling your way up. Good. Massive rolls with the shoulders, so all the way forwards, all the way up, round and down. And go again, all the way forwards, all the way up, round and down. Good. And then step your legs wide, just circle around with the hips, just because it's a nice stretch. It sort of incorporates everything just there to finish off. So well done, thanks for joining me. See you again next time.